All right, so in this video, we're going to be speaking about 3 ways to make her respect you as the man, right? So a lot of people, you see a lot of content being put out there, and the comments being put out by men complaining about the fact that they feel like their woman or the women in the culture is not respecting them. And I say, look, there are 2 sides to this, right? Because there is one side where it's like you are coming from a culture where the women have been programmed to literally not respect you, feel like they do not need you, and actually to hate you, right? But then the other side of it is this. You have to also realize that you have a degree of control over the situation too, because if every man had the mindset or the type of mindset that I'm going to talk about in this video, it actually would do a lot to overcome the social programming that has been done. And you might say, well, I don't want to do that. That just sounds like too much work. But then, well, you can't really complain then, right? Because you're not doing something to be the solution and be the difference that needs to be, that we need in order to not have a culture where women are complaining about not respecting men, and the men are feeling like, well, they're not respected. So anyway, let's get into it. So number one, right? The number one thing, or one of the number one things anyway, that you could do to get your woman to respect you as the man is to practice truth, practice realness. Keep it real generally. This can go so deeper than what you think, because when you first heard this, you're first going to think to yourself, I'm just thinking of, hey, not lying, which is not just the only thing I'm speaking about. It's about, let's say, with your beliefs and your principles and how you're feeling. That's a very big one. Keep it real with yourself and share that with her. It's almost like you're being real to you, and then you're inviting her into that experience. So if you don't have beliefs, if let's say you have beliefs about a certain influencer, or it could be certain beliefs about content creators that make this type of make content based on this type of topic. Could be Top G or something like that, right? And your woman doesn't like him, for example, but you're not gonna appease her by saying, well, I guess because you don't like him, now I don't like him. No, you're going to keep it real. If you like his principles and what he puts out, you're going to be okay saying that. You're going to be authentic with it, so always keep it real. And when you practice this, then it becomes easier for you to keep it real on the places where the other men would lie. So she already knows that if she gets with the majority of guys, then the majority of them are going to share many lies, right? And it's going to put her in a state of anxiety, because she's never really going to truly know when she can just relax and be like, okay, he's telling the truth here. But if you always keep it real, even where it's quite brutal to do so in terms of, brutal honesty, this makes her respect you, even if there's things about it that she doesn't like. Number 2, right, is never look at women as this scary entity, or never let the context of the interaction fit her being mad at you, or fit her being the person who's punishing you and disciplining you. Never accept that that positioning, right? So one thing I noticed when I was younger is that when you watch TV shows, there was always this, I don't know how to explain it, but there was this, the frame that they put in the interactions between a man and a woman, let's say in a sitcom or a TV soap, was that the woman was always telling off the man, and the man was scared of being in trouble with the woman. You see it in TV shows, you saw it in movies, and continue to see it TV talk shows and all of this stuff, where it's like the man has to worry about being scared of his woman and being punished by his woman, or upsetting her, or saying something that she doesn't agree with, because she will tell him off. That narrative has been put into the media. So I remember growing up thinking, this is a bit weird. Why is it always the man being in a state of anxiety because he's, you know, basically scared of his woman. No woman is going to respect a man who is scared of her, because how is she going to feel like he's a provider, he's a protector, he's that strong leader, you know, that can keep her safe from the world, if he feels like he needs to be kept safe from her? That's never going to happen, right? So also what I see is, you know, the narrative of the man needing to watch out for the wife. You know, that's how they say it, the wife being mad at him because he doesn't do something in the right way. You need to, you know, look at that and be like, huh, that's cute. You know, you know, never accept the frame of her being this scary thing that you need to be watchful for. No, you know, they can do messed up things, but that still doesn't mean you have to be scared of them. And a lot of men will say stuff like this. They'll say, after God, fair woman. Never be a man where those sort of words are coming out of your mouth, because if she feels like you're scared of her, she's just never going to respect you. And she shouldn't. I don't actually think she's wrong for that. Now, number 3 is, do not let her disrespect the principles of masculinity and manhood, right? Or don't let her disrespect men in general without defending that, because then you're literally fitting into the category that she's trying to create, which is the man who is not, or the category or the mindset that men aren't worth respecting. And if you just accept that, or at least don't make a differentiation, a distinctive, if you don't differentiate between the men that she's talking about, the guys that she's talking about, and the man that you are, she's going to just lump you guys together. So if she has dealt with a lot of men who aren't operating with the principles that I'm talking about in this video, if she's been with a lot of guys who are scared to tell her the truth on certain things, and she talks about men like that, men are just liars, men are just afraid of women and all of that, and you don't differentiate and make her see clearly that that's a certain type of guy, and a masculine man, it doesn't actually fit under what you're talking about. If you don't get her to see that, she's just going to lump you together. And that means, you know, you're in, you know, the same category as the men that she don't respect. So never let her disrespect men and masculinity without having a say-so about it. Because if she doesn't have a healthy respect for masculinity in general, she won't have a healthy respect for you, because she just doesn't operate in that way. You must always defend the principles of manhood whenever she's in your presence. And to be honest, you should be teaching her these things so that it becomes natural for her to respect the principles of manhood. So those are three ways to help her respect you as a man. I want you to comment down below, let Reemus know what you thought of this video, and I'll see you in the next one. So peace.